In this week's show, we are discussing the flat earth conspiracy theory with theologian Michael Heiser. Most of the conversation will be with Ms. Wellington. When it comes down to conspiracy theories, there's nothing better than having a minister in to debunk the outrageous claims of the flat earth conspiracists. For those unfamiliar with the controversy, in the past couple of years, religious and secular individuals who believe the earth is flat have resurfaced in the age of the internet. We are not speaking about the discredited Flat Earth Society, but they were the ones who popularized fabrications of a round Earth conspiracy, orchestrated by NASA and other government agencies. The Flat Earth belief came to the forefront in 2015 as media personalities used Twitter to proclaim the Earth is flat. Theologian Michael Heiser.
I wrote a post called "Christians Who Believe that the Earth is really flat, can it get any dumber than this?" And that's produced almost 120 comments, and a lot of them are really angry.
So you actually know some people who feel that way?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do now. I posted it because, I've written some articles on Israelite cosmology, that it's, consistent with any other ancient Near Eastern cosmology. You get a round, flat Earth covered with a dome, the pillars of the Earth, pillars under the Earth, all the typical vocabulary and the imagery, dotted throughout the Bible. And my basic point is, hey, this, if you're going to embrace inspiration, then God knew what He was getting when He went to somebody in the second millennium BC and prompted them to write something. That they didn't have this scientific knowledge, so it's understandable then. But to believe in the flat Earth now, and somehow say that, this is what we're supposed to believe, because of the Bible is just absurd. And because of that, I've been getting emails and things on Facebook. Do you really believe in the flat Earth? And I've gotten enough of these that I don't know what was going on out there in Facebook land. But, I posted this. And, lots of people have been real angry about it. And it's depressing, actually. But, what can you do?
But do you see it as any publicity is good publicity?
I see it as any annoyance is a real annoyance.
No, definitely. But I can tell from your background and what I've read about you online is that you're trying to shed light on how scholarship is important when we're talking about important issues, especially dealing with the Bible. If a debate is started regarding that issue, then people will be more aware of how you can still have very strong held beliefs, but also integrate academic and scholarship knowledge into the mix and still come out sane. Do you think that can be true?
Well, it can certainly be true, but thank you for trying to cheer me up there. For a lot of these people, at least from the tone of the comments, I just think that, once you've sort of given yourself over to dispensing with reason and I think this is the bigger problem, having such a deep distrust of science, the scientific community, and really going off the deep end on the conspiratorial way of viewing the world, that you're sort of immune to appeals to reason. It's probably a bit of an overstatement, but I don't know what you can. You can tell people the truth, and that's just what we try to do, and sort of leave it at that. But some of them just really get hysterical about it. I found it. I can't believe that my background would be so different. But when I was in grad school, the church I went to, this was a serious church, but it was dominated by people in the hard sciences. We had a dozen faculty members from the University of Wisconsin there, and heads of departments, all sorts of things. I was in the humanities and I felt alone, they were serious scholars and serious scientists, probably a better way to put that, but also serious believers, and it was just a really good thing to see. It just makes me laugh whenever I hear people from the atheist community say something like, well, you can't be a real scientist and be a Christian or believe in God. It's just a joke. I mean, you have to want to believe that. That is a belief statement right there. And it either shows that you're underexposed to reality or you're just willfully suppressing some point of reality that you just don't want to entertain. And I think the flat earth is sort of the flip side of that coin. Just somebody so giving themselves to some position or idea that you almost can't appeal to them. But with what I do, it's like look, to someone who criticizes the Bible over science, I mean, it's like, why are you criticizing this book, for not being what it was never intended to be? Are you mad at your dog for not being a cat? Are you mad at your daughter for not being a son? It's just, it doesn't make any sense for you to criticize something for not being what it was never supposed to be. That's just incoherent. So we can have a discussion if you can demonstrate to me that this approach you have makes any sense at all. I mean, that it isn't absurd. Because if you can't do that, I mean, that criticism sounds really dumb to my ear. But people, it's uber literalism. It's this myth of, we can't assign importance to the Bible unless we approach everything with just some cartoonish literalism, and it's any number of things.